Okay, so what I want to show you in this first video are the three most important words you need to know in regards to Milo's new training. So there are three words that I'm going to be consistently using throughout, well, we should use them throughout the rest of Milo's life to communicate to him what we want or what we don't like. And those three words are going to be yes, good, and no. Yes means, yes is basically a primary marker. It's like a clicker in clicker training. It means a reward is coming and that Milo can move to access that reward. Because he can move, it's also used as a release from certain behaviors like place, bed, sit, down, any position that I expect him to maintain until told otherwise. Good, we can use as praise, but it really technically means a reward is coming. I want you to continue doing what you're doing or add duration to that behavior. And when you do, I will bring the reward to you. Now, when we're talking about training, initially the reward I'm using is treats because he's really food motivated, obviously. But he's super motivated for love as well. And eventually, the reward, you really shouldn't think of it as a thing. Think of it as an interaction between you and him. It oftentimes can be an object like food or a toy, but you want to really think of it something that unique to your relationship with that dog or whoever's handling that dog. And then the last marker you'll hear me use is no. A lot of people use no to mean bad dog. That is not how we're going to use it here. I use no to mean, oops, you've made a mistake, try something else, you're not going to get paid for that behavior. It's not a hard negative, like don't ever do that, although sometimes I will use it in those situations, but your tone is going to tell him how to respond. Here in training, the only time I use no is if he makes a mistake with something he already knows. I know he understands. He's so young at this point, I don't use no very often because he doesn't know very much. So what I am going to use it for is if he breaks a position. Okay, I'm going to use that to mark when he makes that mistake. So let me show you those three markers. Miles, come. Good, come, yes. So when I call him, I'll tell him good as long as he's moving towards me. Once he gets to me, I can use the YES word to mean you can have that reward. You finish the recall. If you want, you can go and walk away now, although I want him to stay with me because I'm going to treat him. I'm going to use these markers for a behavior like sit. Miles, hi buddy, sit. Good, sit. So if I want him to stay in that behavior, that position, I will tell him good. And then bring the reward to him, either in the form of treats or pets. No. Sit. No, sit. Good boy. And there you heard the third marker, stay. So what I was saying before is good can be indicating he's going to get treats, or it can indicate he's going to get pets, or like I said before, just praise because that is a reward, although it's not as rewarding as the other two things. The no marker, Miles, good boy, I use when he goes to stand up. I try and say it the exact instant his butt lifts off the ground. Good boy. Good. And then when I'm ready to release him, yes. So it means he can go get that treat. I toss the treat because he's still learning that he can move when he hears that word. I want to kind of invite him from that position. And then you have to make sure that you say yes before you make any movements with the young puppy because they tend to follow your motion. Good sit, buddy. Good boy. Now he's just offering this because he thinks I still have treats, but I don't. Yes. Because I don't have anything. Good boy. I still need to release him though, because if I just walk away, he thinks that I've forgotten him and not acknowledge the behavior. Good boy. Good boy, Miles. Okay, let's do something a little harder. You ready? Good boy. Bed. Good, bed. Now when I first taught this, I was pointing to the bed. That's how he knows where to go. I'm trying to eliminate the pointing and get him to go without me walking right next to it. Good boy. Yes. Miles, bed. No, bed. Good. Good. He needs all his body on the bed. So he was on it before, sort of, but I want him kind of squarely on it, all 4 feet. Good bed. Yes. Bed. Good. Yes. There we go. So there he kind of went a little bit before I pointed, all 4 feet onto the bed. So I had to make him wait as long. Mark. High body. Good boy. Knees down. Good. Good boy. Good down. Yes. You notice I still am bending over to help him stay in that position, but he's starting to get it.